I'm going to do first, before I tell you what I do, is just to show you where I've learned, the resources that I've used, why I think it's super important for you to be knowing exactly where to go to get stuff, right? So for me, when I knew I was going to be serious about this I'm going to do first, before I tell you what I do, is, so the first thing you need to do, if you're really serious about utilizing what God has given you, is coming in here to IM.center, going through the academies. And if you're very interested in HFX, you gotta spend time learning this. So you come under the frequency and then the course. Turn off my phone. And just understand, you gotta have a good foundation through this. We've given you a shortcut to a lot of the stuff through my website. So once you're done with my website, you understand what's really happening. I need to mute somebody here. You understand what we do through my website. You've mastered what's on my website, because normally I know when somebody has not gone through this from the questions they're asking. So make sure you go through this. You understand the fundamentals. Once you finish going through this, you're not reading it like a novel, right? You're writing notes and studying over and over and over and over and over and over and over, okay? Once you get done with this, because this gives you a really good base, including the compound interest sheet, you do need to do this. Why? If you're just trading and clicking around and you don't know how much you need to be making that day, you're doing it wrong. And one day you will overtrade and you're gonna blow your account. You need to also understand risk management rules, okay? So that's the beginning. Finish up this site. Ask a lot of questions within Telegram, okay? Understand the HFX in depth, like where you need to be going, all that stuff. Basically, once you finish the Learn the Academy and fundamentals, you're gonna come to IM.center, right? That's the reason why this is the last thing. So once you, it's so important for you to just understand what HFX is like. The reason why I bring this, and I didn't want to answer that question right away, is this. There are so many ways of trading, okay? There's so many ways of trading. I chose charting, but you can do price action. And it's really up to you how you understand and what's easier for you, right? So it's important for you to come in here and go through this. I will show you how I do charting, because I just decided when I realized, oh wait, there's so many different ways of doing this. I wanted to just learn one and be really good at it. And I'm so good at it. Am I a master at it? Not yet. But I can literally look at a trade right away and tell you if I'm going to take that trade or not, if I'm going to use 1%. I'm still a work in progress, very much so. But if you want to be good at what you're doing, now you have to really jump in here and start studying for yourself. You got to study for yourself, okay? Now, I personally use charting. I just chart out my zones. I'm going to show you how I chart my zones. I keep it simple. It's almost like it's absolutely mind-blowing. To tell you the truth, I don't even know how to do price action. I did not bother with it. I did not want to know. I heard about the name. I don't care how it looks like, because I wanted to be good and be good at one thing. So I'm going to show you how I do this. I usually like to use TradingView. You can definitely use Hourglass, right? I was going to Hourglass, but right now, because the market is closed, it's impossible for us to really use Hourglass. It's just going to look weird. It's going to be bothersome. So I normally come in. As you guys know, the first thing that you do is you want to figure out like what's really going on in the market. Okay, what's going on in the market? You come in here. If the market was open, you're going to see a few folders here. And we talked about this on Thursday. So you can go to my YouTube video, YouTube channel, and figure out like what you need to be looking in the market. Okay, it's all recorded there. We did a really good session. So, and then I come in here and I say, okay, I look at the currency strength once again, just go find that video. We really talked in depth on how these folders look like. But I can tell you very quickly that if there was not any news on Australian dollar Japanese yen, I'm going to be taking this trade. I'm going to take this trade for a put. How do I know it's a put? The second currency is bigger. Okay. How do you know all that stuff? If you have gone through my site here, I kind of basically break it down for you, because I've told you to go watch the video from 4/28/2022 by Kendry Moore through HFX Academy. Okay. So that's how you know that, hey, this is going to be a put, this is going to be a call. Okay. Now, I come in here, so let's just assume this is going to be a put. Okay. I'm going to come in here, I'm going to take out some of my lines. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is very simple. I like to expand my graphs, actually. And then I'm going to go to the 1 day. Okay. And how did I learn this? I went in here. And I also went to Kendry's video, and I've given you one video. How did I learn all that? I learned it from, basically going to the source, right? So I'm going to come in here. We're just trying to figure out the behavior of the graph a day ago. Okay. And so I'm going to come in here using the trend line tools. I'm going to use a horizontal line. We've always been given instructions to pick the second candle to the last. And in this case, we're going to be, because we know it's a put, we're only going to be drawing lines on the wick of the second candle on the top. I don't draw the bottom because I don't care for the bottom, because I know what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out what was the highest peak, what was the highest point of the market. Okay, what was the highest point of the market a day ago? Why do we use the second candle? Honestly, I don't even know, and I don't care. All I know is it works. That's the way the strategy works. It's called double blessing strategy. Okay, and then when I come here, I also want to see the behavior of the candle an hour ago. What was happening? What was the behavior of the candle an hour ago? Same thing. I just find the second candle and just see the peak. How high was that candle? Okay. I come in here, I hit here, and I'm gonna change the color. That way I know that I'm looking at the behavior of the graph an hour ago. Okay, so red is an hour ago. The next thing I do is I look at the market 15 minutes ago. What was happening 15 minutes ago? I see that the market is down here. Okay, when I open it up, you have to remember this is a weekend, so it's not gonna align as well. So we're just showing you the basically the craft. I'm just gonna look for the second to last candle once again. In this case, I just want it to be a different color. Okay. The weekends, the market is not gonna align as much. And then again, another thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a line and draw it on the base of the second candle. Actually, the second candle is here. Sorry, guys. Okay. That's all I do. So now I have a rough idea of what's really going on, right? So I can tell you for a fact that because obviously it's the weekend, the market is not gonna, our graph is gonna look weird. But I can tell you, if this was during the week, I would be looking at these zones here, the hourly zone. Why? We had a better hitting of the zone and going down, hitting of the zone and going down. We have a better pattern here from the hour candle. Okay. And so for me, all I have to do now is just be patient and wait for these zone areas. I'm gonna wait for the price to get around 0.708850 and 0.70812. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait for that area. And how do I double check myself, I just go into Hourglass. And if you've taken time to study this, you're going to understand that there are some things that we look for on the behavior of the graphs. Okay, it's actually under Learn the Academy. I have a cheat sheet here. I'm going to change this to update it to the one that we have. Okay, where is this cheat sheet? There it is. Okay, so now I'm going to use Market Trap, which is also known as Hourglass, to go look at the put indicators. Okay, so I'm going to come here, Hourglass, and start to monitor what's really going on with my graph. The thing is, I've identified AJ is the trade that I want. Obviously, it's closed, right? So we're not going to be able to see much because the weekend, the market is closed. All I'm looking for now is the behavior of the Hourglass. So one thing, we can assume that this is AJ and it's a live market. One thing my website is telling me to look for is, do I have a red arrow? I'm going to come into Hourglass. And if you've taken time to go through this, and if you've taken time to go through this, you do understand that we take trades based on timing. So if it's a sell trade, this is my website again. Is the base currency weaker than the quote currency? That's the first thing you're going to look at. But you're also going to realize that we don't take trades just any time. For our own accuracy, we like to enter the market at an hourly rate, half hourly, or 45 minutes. What does that mean? If it's 11:30 right now, this is a good time to see if AU is around this price. So we're going to come here, assuming this is AU, and we're going to say, based on the cheat sheet here, do we have the base currency to be weaker than the quote currency? That just means that the second part of the currency asset is bigger. AU, United States dollar, should show a bigger value. How do we look for the bigger value? It's this number here. It's the second currency. Okay? It's this second currency, AU, assuming this is AU, the second currency. And then we say, okay, that's cool. Guess what? I see that my graph is touching this red line, and my second graph is touching this red line. This is a good indicator that we're about to cook some really good money. Because the reason why I know, I go back to my website. Is stochastic and RSI around the red line, pointing down? Pointing down. It is not pointing down yet, but it's starting to get there. So the moment it points down, and it points down on RSI and stochastic, and I look at the relationship between these two trades, which means that I'm going back to my website and say, is the base currency weaker? And is it around 11:30? Yes, it is. And then the only other thing I need to do is I look at these numbers and say, am I around these numbers or not? That's how I take my trades. If this line is just like sleeping on the red line, if stochastic RSI are just laying on it, I'm not going to take that trade. What for? I want to be precisely looking at RSI and stochastic, which are these two lines here, this graph here and this graph here, crossing down, facing down, pointing down. Right now it's just laying on it. Okay, so that is precisely what I do. Simple, straightforward. I'm not into taking chances. I don't do that. I don't do that anymore. I used to all the time. So to answer the question, I just do charting. I find it easier, but some people may find it easier to do price action, which definitely you need to go figure out what training it is here. Coach Rose or anybody else, do you guys know which number it would be for price action? I never even bothered with it.
I think he has one recorded. I just don't know. It should be typed as price action.
Okay, so maybe in the recording. Okay, we can find it in the recording. So does everybody know how to get to here? If you don't know, we can go back. Please voice yourself. If you're a student of ours, you don't know how to get here, we need to help you. So I never do price action, ever, never, ever done it. Why? It doesn't mean that it's bad. I just learned charting and I was like, I'm sticking where I'm making money with. Did I answer your question, Rose?
Miss Jenny?
Yes.
But you just did price action also. Like when you were doing your analysis, it was price action and charting at the same time.
There you go. There goes your answer, you guys. I literally just do charting. I look at my prices and I enter. That's it. I don't worry about terminologies. I don't worry about blah, blah, blah. I just do charting. I look at my price, I get in. So there goes your answer. That's a fusion of both.
Last time,
It's supposed to rain. Is it out now?
It's supposed to rain, I think it'll be canceled, but we don't want to drive all the way without.
So
Yeah.
somebody
Okay, thank
has
you so
asked-
much. Oh, text me your address.
Oh, okay.
I'll never come to your home without letting.
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what was going on there. Okay, yeah, there you go. Carol, just answered your question. I never bothered with, the moment I realize that I'm good at something, I want to be as good as I can. So I just do, that's the way I do it. Any other questions, comments? Questions, comments? Alrighty, I guess we're done early. We're done early. Thank you guys for being here. Oh, under fave, okay, under fave 8/6/2021. Under faves, so did he chart on that one? Do you know? He didn't. You don't know. Okay, got it. Yeah. Any other questions? I don't see any brand new person here anyway. So.
No, Miss Jenny, I have a comment.
Yeah.
I think for the new people, they should just stick with the charting. I mean, that's just the new people. If you want to dwell in deeper analysis, then you can go to price action. But I will strongly suggest that the charting alone is good enough for somebody to be able to take trades.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, this thing is easy, man. I'm telling you. It's so easy. It's so simple. There's no complication. Even like when I learned about the 3-minute thing, right now they're doing 5 minutes, right? The reason why they're emphasizing 5 minutes, I think it's because of Nadex, right? To allow people that have Nadex to do 5 minutes. I don't do 5 minutes. When I was learning from Kendry, he was doing 3 minutes. So just because, to me, and I could be wrong about this, just because they've changed the way they're trading, if you are making money with one way, just learn one way and learn it very well. There's so many ways to do this, right? When I started hearing about, price action was really not a term until later on in my academy days. I never bothered. I'm making money with the thing I know. I continue to always. I sometimes you can find me watching a video on charting again. I joined Kendry on Thursday, and I was listening to the guy because you always pick something new. Always pick something new. Always pick. This is not hard. It's not hard at all. Draw your lines. If you're not If you're not available, if let's say, and that this is what I do, I set traps. I wake up in the morning, I go in and I just put in my lines and I put an alarm on, go on with my day. When it hits the zone, the good thing about TradingView, it has an app. When it hits the zone, my alarm goes off. I look, hourglass, I quickly pick up, blah, blah, blah. You can do this thing and make so much money. Just learn one thing and do it very well. I just look at the price, I chart. I don't even know honestly what the difference is. Carol, you said I just did two. I just did price action and charting. I don't even understand, like, then explain to us price action real quick. I also want to learn, but I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, you did the charting and then you explained why you wanted to go with the 1 hour. So that's the price action where you saw that it was hitting often, that line where it was going up and down and up and down, and you analyzed it and you determined that that was the right area or the perfect area where you will actually put more percentage into the trade. That's price action, where you actually analyze it and you determine whether it's the 1 hour or the 15 minutes or the 1 day that will bring more reward to you. That's the price action.
That's very interesting, because when we were charting, nobody ever told us that's called price action. When I started learning this thing, price action became a thing like towards the end of last year. Price action, but I'm like, I don't care. I just know I draw my lines. I see where there's dense activity. The previous was a floor, and now it's a I'm done. I'm not a complicated person. Teach me one thing. I want to be so freaking good at it. How I make my thousands of dollars a day. Easy.
That's it, Jenny.
Thank you so much for putting light into that, because I never cared to know. I never for what? Never cared to know. And even I'm afraid to get into Nadex, which I will, by the way. I saw a very short video by Jay Wall. I would like to learn Nadex, but man, am I gonna use it? I'm literally learning it that way. The people that want to do the Nadex US-based broker, they can do it. But I don't even think maybe I'm gonna put $20 if they allow. I'm so, like, for me, once I master something that is working best for me, I don't, for what? I'm not gonna start going south because everybody's going south. I don't care. I'm going north, man. I've been doing good north. If something happens that when I'm going north and I'm like, shoot, this is not, then I start to follow what people are doing going south. But I am going to learn Nadex. That's one more thing I gotta do. But I'm also investing a lot of time in NFTs. I have so much studying to do.
Jenny,
Yes.
do you ever take over a 5-minute trade at all?
I've never taken a 5-minute trade, ever.
I'm not those 3-minute trades, 1-minute trades, they always, it seems like it's going, everything has hit and it's going, and then it turns around and then it starts going back up, or it lingers at the place where I bought.
Yeah.
And then I'm never successful in that. So at least when I do at least like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I have a little more success. But those 3-minute, 2-minute things, they just, I don't know whether it's me, it just doesn't function the same way. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? It goes everything.
You know what, Ivy? You've already told me exactly what you need to be doing. Take the 5 minutes to 10 minutes trades if that's what's working best for you. Because even me, I've come down to literally, I don't even like taking 3-minute trades. You know what I'm doing? I'm taking 1-minute trades. You just study and see, what am I good at?
Yeah.
What am I good at? Because, I'm never taking a 5-minute. When everybody was going to 5 minutes, I'm like, no. I've already mastered. I can literally tell you what AJ, AU, UJ are gonna literally do. That's how obsessed I was with studying my pairs. And NZD, USD, those are the only ones I take. When you start to tell me take EJ, I'm like, who? Do I take them? Sometimes I do, but I don't understand the behaviors. So what you do is you've now started figuring out what is working best for you, right? Hone on to that and master it and become really good at it. And then study which pairs behave well with your strategy.
Okay.
So for me, AJ, AU, NZD, USD, those three, they're rockets. They move fast. And so I know that in a 1 minute trade plus a potential rollover is my game plan. That's the reason why I don't use pocket option, because it doesn't have rollover. Because what I did was when I told myself, yeah, I figured out like what's working best for me, the way I understand it, because you can teach people the same thing, but when they receive it in a different way. I knew that I need to be taking 1 minute trades for AJ, AU, NZD, USD, okay? But they also have to be crossed over. They have to have crossed down or crossed up, not laying there and chilling and trying to figure out. 1 minute is not gonna do it. So when I see AJ crossing and it's starting to go, it goes fast. EJ used to go fast. Something happened because of the war, and I was studying it. I went back to demo with EJ. I'm like, okay, can you be my friend again, please? I cannot figure it out with EJ, right? Sometimes she crosses over, cross down or cross up, and she lays there. I'm like, screw you, sorry, but I'm not dealing with you right now. I always go back to demo. If I want to pick another pair, I go back to demo and I study her. I just look, okay, what is she doing? Is she moving fast? Okay, what strategy is best? UJ, I ain't touching 1 minute with UJ. It has to be either 3 minutes or I'm not taking it at all. UJ is a slow-mo. She moves slowly, you know. I always look at her as she's a graceful lady. She has these high heels. She's like, I need time, girl. But she also has to be crossed over, cross up or cross down. So if you want to be good at this, become obsessed. Study one pair, study the minutes that works best with them.
One message, right? Who is asking?
Can I answer your question, Ivy?
Yeah, you did.
Awesome. So sorry about the confusion this morning for the Kenyan call. We do have the Kenyan call in 12 minutes. So if you want to alert your friends, we did hold one in the morning. What happened this morning was some people thought it was a 9 o'clock, but even though the calendar was changed, so I had to accommodate those. Okay, so we did do a Kenyan call this morning, but we're also going to do one in another 12 minutes. So sorry about that. But moving forward, obviously, it's going to be at noon. So
same time, 1 o'clock, our time.
You're Eastern, yeah, 1 o'clock Eastern, yeah. So sorry about that this morning. So if you want to ping your friends, whoever wants to join in 12 minutes, we can do that. We can continue having the discussion by all means. Obviously, we didn't have a really good turnout today. We do need to do something to make sure that our traders are coming in. This was such a good discussion, and if they're not part of it, it's a problem. Any other questions we can discuss? Okay. Alrighty, you guys. So I'm gonna take that as no more questions. I'm gonna be coming back in 10 minutes, please. Please